Man, I don't know what to say in this moment here. A lot of work in the making. Just really proud of these guys. When I first came out here, just to look at everyone's face, like, where do we go from here? And now here's where we are in 2 years. Really impressive job by everyone here at the table and our whole team. I really do have a team of people that are awesome, not just my own, our own team here, but staff, family at home, and the general support from Spike Squad networkers, Champaign-Urbana, University of Illinois, Josh Whitman. I mean, everyone's been really, really fantastic throughout the 2 years, and just really happy for the team here that we're in the spot right now. The best part is we're not done yet. This is just, hey, nice job, guys. So just really happy that we're here. Really happy for the team. All right, I pulled it together here. Really happy for the team. And this is the sweet one. But like I mentioned, I'm not done yet. And looking forward. I'm glad that we're the first match. We just get to sit there and watch everyone else now. So we'll be ready for Oregon or Nebraska, whoever comes up. But man, just really proud of my team and everyone else involved in the program.
Questions for the athletes?
Allie, earlier this week you had said that you didn't see this as your last 2 home matches, but just 2 matches towards that Final Four. How does it feel now, knowing that you're going?
I mean, it feels pretty good to be right to start. I think that's probably the best way that Jordyn, Blake, and I could go out on our home court. I mean, after losing to a Big Ten last year in this Big Ten team last year in the Sweet 16, and being able to kind of redeem ourselves this year in the Elite Eight against a very good Wisconsin team is it's really special, and it speaks to our work ethic. We get in every day, and it's a grind, and it's moments like this that it really pays off.
Good for all 3 of you. Just at the end there, after you cut the net and chance for raining down from still packed stands, just what was that moment like? What's that feeling like?
It's pretty indescribable. It's not something you can really feel until it happens to you. It's something that we've had a goal in mind of, since we started this season, and being able to accomplish, one step at a time towards our goal of a national championship is really cool.
I think to celebrate that not only with our people who are directly in what we do in our program, but with all the fans that were there, and we have a ton of alumni back, and it was just a very special moment. Like Allie said, for that to be our last game in Huff and to end it with a W, I think that's something that I'll take with me forever.
Jack, you want to answer that too?
Yeah, kind of like they said, very undescribable feeling. Just really thankful to get that feeling. And yeah, just a great atmosphere tonight, and I think sharing this moment with our team is very special for all of us.
Jacqueline, you came out really, really on fire to begin the match. And did it seem to you at that time that maybe it was going to be one of those matches where you were just going to start hot and just keep continuing it through the match?
I guess I always hope so, but just realistically, I know that at some point teams are going to have an answer, so just kind of battling through that and, trying to maintain it throughout the match.
I feel a really hot start in that last set, but then you kind of let Wisconsin back into it. What was going through your minds as Wisconsin caught up, and how did you kind of finish out that set?
They have really strong rotations when Dana Recke's in the front row, and I think that they do a really good job taking advantage of that and capitalizing on that. And it's something that she's going to get a lot of kills. She's a very good player, and we just. It's a grind to try and get out of some of those serve-receive rotations, but we did. We took it point by point, and although they were inching their way back, I think that we did a good job of maintaining our composure for the most part, and I think that's how we were able to trail ahead again late in that set and eventually finish the match.
What was the feeling after the second set when they tied it up and won by a pretty wide margin, and were there any adjustments you felt you had to make there?
No, I think we realized the second set was on us. I don't think Wisconsin came out in the second and did anything special that we needed to adjust. It was all on us, and I think the third set was a good turnaround mentally. for us, and we cleaned up some things, and our serve really got them out of system, which was huge for our block and our defense tonight.
Going into that fourth set, the coaches kind of had their huddle. You guys had your own huddle. What were you saying to each other to, pump each other up? And you got off to a really quick start in that fourth set.
We've kind of had this saying, like, if you want it, go take it. And so I think, right from the get-go, we just started attacking them. We talked about if we serve them aggressive, then they're not going to be able to run their offense with their middles as effectively as they want to. And I think that we did a great job from the service line putting that pressure on them.
2 years ago, this program was in a very different place when Coach Tamas took over. How would you guys describe the way that he's led this program to where you guys are now?
I mean, Chris has come in and he's actually changed this program around, and we're so thankful that this coaching staff we have is here. And the past few years, it's not that we changed big things, it's the little things that maybe we didn't think about before. And I think the confidence that the coaches instill in us every day and that we instill in each other every day in practice just carries through the games, and we're very confident in each other. And I mean, 2 years before this, who knows if I could say that. And I trust every single person on this team, and I know they feel the same way about me.
Little things that you changed.
I mean, just serving tougher, change our passing a little bit, our offense maybe a little bit different, running different things. And I mean, it's a mental game, and I think we changed that.
I think the way that we approach the day-to-day, like I always say, I mean, it really does for this group of people. It makes the biggest difference for us, and I think that's how we have gotten to the spot where we're in now. And this didn't just happen in one season. There was all the work last season that helped lead up to this, with only losing Brandy last year and gaining 2 freshmen. This has been kind of 2 years in the making, and we're happy to see the progress paying off.
Going along with that, it's the day-to-day, and you're playing against a Big Ten foe in the Elite Eight, and you're still on the court, and you're still smiling. And while they're kind of huddled and they may look stressed or trying to figure things out, you guys still go through the motions, but you're also smiling, and you're dancing on the side, and you come on, and you guys are all giving each other high fives. So how are you able to keep that level, even if you drop a set? Or I think you asked that question throughout the year, but even now in Elite Eight, how do you keep that?
I would say it's kind of a confidence thing. I think this year a lot of the difference, I think, is just confidence in ourselves and in each other. And even though we dropped the second set, Wisconsin's a very good team. They're very deserving of that set. I mean, yeah. And so I just think even though we dropped a set, it's like we know what we're about, and we do the same thing every day. We know who we are. So just that confidence that at the end of the day, we're doing all the right things. And
I think, Chris is the only one on our staff who's been here in this position before. None of us players have ever been past the Sweet 16. And so I think just trying to put into words for us to not let the moment get any bigger than it has been something that I feel like Chris has done a great job in managing how we approach the matches, because it is easy. It's easy for the lights to get bigger, in a situation like this. But I think it's great that we got to play a Big Ten opponent that we know really well, and we split with them in the season. And I think it was a fun battle. It was a fun battle. They were at their healthiest, and we were at our healthiest, and that's the way you want to win a match.
You've done something like 3 other teams in program history have done. What does that maybe just in this moment mean to you?
Yeah, like I said before, it's pretty indescribable. We are aware that the last team that made it was in 2011, so we're just really proud of ourselves and really happy that a lot of the alums could see this. And I know it means a lot to them, and it means so much for us that they still support us so heavily, and that the program is still so connected, even though there's been coaching changes and ups and downs throughout the years. And we always say, like, the program's a family, and it really carries through.
Anything else for the players?
Players, you can
leave if you want. Thank you. We'll take questions for Chris. Questions?
How does it feel to be in this moment, going to a Final Four again, but as a head coach?
It feels great. You know, as Jordyn mentioned, I've been here before a couple times with Nebraska, who we may have to face, and in the next round here, we'll see what happens coming up. But to do it as a head coach, just to know, maybe your ideas do work. So it's my first time being a head coach. I'm in my second year. You come into this, everyone's going to come into a new role a little bit green and not understanding quite everything. But the one thing I understood from the get-go is you need to create a great team to be really good at the sport. And doesn't matter if you've got, All-American this, All-American that. It matters how the team plays is the six of them at that moment, at that time on the court. And if they can bring it every single time and we don't show many weaknesses, which I know we don't, and then we've just proven that, is that gives us a chance to be in a lot of matches. And we may not win, we may not blow out teams all the time, but we're put teams on their heels enough that we can exploit some things. And I've got a great setter in Jordyn. We worked very hard on our ball control, and again, I got a great staff around me too. It's not just me. I get the chance to hire the team, but everyone who's on my team does their job. I don't have to micromanage anyone really, and that's probably what makes this easiest for me. For my family too, we just welcomed our third child back in October, and we got 3 under 4, and it's a little hectic, but it's been good. But even to that extent, maybe why I broke down a little bit. We help from family moved out with us for the last pretty much 3 months of season, and just been a great support too. So. Again, it's just proud of the team, and I'm the head coach. I'm get to be up here talking to you guys, but it's really about the work they put in every day. I can throw the same challenges to a different team. They may not respond as this team did. So just really happy for them, and really happy for us. Really, it's just been a great couple years, and we're not done yet. So it's been great.
What was it maybe about this particular team that they fit with? That mindset that you wanted?
Yeah, a little bit flashes of when I played in college. I'm not going to go back to my glory days here, but I will a little bit in that I had the same kind of build on my team. We didn't have super huge outsides. We had a few middles that were effective. I was a setter, so able to figure out some ways to distribute a ball, help Jordyn out a little bit, make sure we had good serve receive, passing, ball control. That's really important in our game. And then we had to serve tough. And I know we talk about it all the time. I'll say every press conference that anyone asks me about serving pass games is as important as anything. And we put a lot of pressure on people, to just be really good every single point. And again, it's more about the team game for me. So I even forgot what the question was now, but again, just proud of everyone right now.
Serve and pass game, was it the serve and pass game that kind of got away from you a little bit in the second set? And how did you get that back?
It did, yeah, it did a little bit. And Allie, from our block and defense perspective, I don't think much changed. I thought Wisconsin got after it from the service line in that second set and was able to put us in some positions that we're uncomfortable. And again, that is what it's about. I didn't think we managed our swings that well. In a couple moments, so we'll go back and review those. But again, I think to beat us, you have to be really good from start to finish. It can't just be you're gonna, surprise us with the 25-15 or whatever it was, and we're gonna go away. This team fights. This team's fought since day one, and I think we showed that tonight.
Chris, this is a big moment, but yet there's more business. How do you celebrate this as you get ready for the Final Four?
Go out and have a good time right now, and then it's the best position to be in is that we got the early match. We get to sit there and watch everyone else try to do what we just did, and we're very familiar with Nebraska. So in some ways, I'm hoping they get out there. But Oregon's very good too. They just knocked off Minnesota at Minnesota. That's no easy feat. They're only one of a handful of teams that's been able to do that in the last couple of years. That's including the Big Ten. So. Yeah, we always enjoy the moment. I think that's always important. And the week, having experienced this week happens pretty quickly. So they're assignment's going to be get your schoolwork done tomorrow, and make sure we're ready for finals coming up next week, and we're going to have to do some of those on the road, and I think we're probably out of here on Tuesday. So again, you gotta celebrate the moment. We had a nice celebration on the court with their fans. Everyone stayed around for round of applause. I think part of that was because Jordyn, Allie, and Blake and AD here, Josh is sitting over here. Just tremendous support from everyone in the athletic department. I saw just about every head coach there today, and it's been an awesome family to be a part of, and yeah, it's been great.
Talk about the support from the athletic department. Let's talk about the support at Huff, and how you guys move forward now, leaving Huff. You got to do this thing on the road now, and it's been nice doing it here, I bet. But what goes into after these
Sure.
matches, taking it on the road?
Sure. Yeah. Again, different environment that you have to expect some funny things to happen, and that's kind of what it is. The arenas, it gets huge all of a sudden. We don't play in huge arenas very often. Most of the Big Ten arenas are fairly, are kind of our size, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. You get Nebraska there at 8,000. Iowa plays in a bigger gym, so we rely on some of those experiences to get us through. But it's a different environment when you get over there. There's some hoopla that's involved with it, so we just have to make sure we probably have Monday and Tuesday to get 2 really quality practices in, and then just make sure we're good to go by the time we play our next opponent on Thursday.
Jacqueline got off to such a good start in both matches this weekend. What's maybe changed for her this season, but maybe even just now, where she's become that terminal pinhead?
Yeah, I mean, she's been great, and it's kind of one of those things you just got to. There's some moments last year where maybe wasn't her finest matches, but she's really come a long way. Just in terms of being resilient, and it's tough to be a 6 rotation player. Asking her to do what she's doing right now as a 6 rotation player is a lot, and people who are filling in to kind of help out. We have some rotations where we kind of move some passes around, and those are freshmen doing that, and those are second-year players that are helping her out. So again, I think it's just kind of how we train a little bit, and Jack's work ethic is amazing, and all of them are, but her ability to just kind of stay, it doesn't matter what happened last play for her. She's really good about just getting back into the next play and saying, all right, set me again, and that instills confidence in Jordyn to be able to give her a ball, and really just that's going to help kind of the momentum of the team. Really, she knows she doesn't have the time to feel sorry for herself. She's got to go, and she's going to be involved in the play some way somehow. And these 6 rotation players have to do that, and she's doing a great job of it this year.
Until she gets started her out before, to find that balance has kind of been the trademark, just to make sure that Wisconsin was starting to camp out.
Yeah, they were, and again, I think one of our the things that makes it tough to defend us is we have multiple pieces that we can move around multiple different places, and to create a scouting report on us might look like Chinese or something. We got people moving everywhere at all given times, and we're able to fill voids if we're seeing, or able to just kind of make an adjustment if we're seeing them camp out in a certain player, or if they're trying to make some movement with their middles. So it's going to take a good effort to beat us, and I think Jordyn's been doing a really nice job of directing traffic. We took that challenge in 23-24, and her and I disagreed a little bit on what we were going to run. Just like, what, you got it. I trust you. Whatever you want to do, go ahead and do it, and set who you want to set, and away we go. And there you had it. So that was it. But you want to instill that trust in your players, and she's proven that trust time and time again. So.
Welsh and Cooper got to a lot of tough balls today, and just how important have they been in this journey and in the tournament?
Yeah, again, everyone's role is important out there. You cannot get this far and have a weak link in your game, and they've improved with every week that we've gone on. We kind of had that. We talked about that 3 of 4 skid that we had back in the beginning of October in the Big Ten. Now we're at 17 straight. A lot of that focus was on that unit because they were young. They were young. Bring a freshman in to be a main passer is a huge deal. Anyone to be a main passer is a huge deal. You guys can see how tough it is, especially when that ball's moving all over the place. So Carol and Coop have really just up their game, and they're really good in big moments, and for them to handle that. And, Mo allows them to have those moments too, because you can't serve Mo either. It's just one of those things where I don't think we have many weaknesses in that game, and we're able to come up with big plays and big moments.
Coach, you guys started this run against Wisconsin, and you end it here on the road there, and then you end it here in front of Huff. And now it's looking like there's a chance you're going to take on Nebraska in the Final Four. How full circle is all of this for you?
It's part of being the Big Ten. I mean, really, you're going to expect, I think, in the last handful of years, you had 2 teams advance from the Big Ten to the Final Four. You may get another situation, maybe a third. You got Penn State on the other side of the bracket. Again, it's expected to see another Big Ten team on your way to doing all this. We hit it last year with we had 3 or 4 Big Ten teams in our regional. In our semifinal, we played Michigan State, and Penn State was on the other side. So that's not uncommon. But once you get to the round of 32, Sweet 16, everyone's good, and we're battle tested to the Big Ten. I tell people all the time it's a luxury of being in the Big Ten, and it doesn't always feel like a luxury, but you learned a lot of your lessons during the year that way. And whether it was Wisconsin today or Penn State or whoever it was, we expect a battle from here on out. And again, just proud of our team and how we responded to everything today.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.